I was renting the house next door, and a guy named Arlie Husson was running an antique store in here, right? And he got tired. He was one of the guys in dozen and does other things. So he offered to sell me the house, and I thought, oh man, that's a great price. Yeah, okay, I'll buy it. And then after I said that, he said this came with it. Oh, this was this was actually a stagecoach where they changed the horses, but this is Fond du Lac Avenue, right? So this is where the horses were changed, actually across the street, but they had stuff in here too for it. So that was the original thing, and then they turned it into, it was a hardware store, farm store. They dug out a basement after they put the building out. It seems like a hard way to go about it. But it's sort of having now the ground is being eaten away by the rainwater. I think they busted pipes down there. They're out here looking at it. Oh, come on!
And who is this?
That's Bandita. He's a sweetheart. Yeah, I ended up with this place. I didn't know it came when I bought the house. A guy named Arlie Hussein. He did antiques, bought and sold antiques, and he was running a store here and renting me the house. And he offered me to sell me the house, and I thought, oh, that's a great price. And I got all fired up, and I went out. I had the GI Law stuff, and then somewhere along the line he mentioned that this place came with it. So I thought that was a good deal.
Got a lot of collectibles here.
Well, I don't know. That's all the rugs. I was over in the Persian Gulf quite a bit when I was sailing. I was sailing for the government. But this was a cover here for hardware store. I just moved the counter over there. Those were display tables. There was no bathroom in here. That was the I'd say that was the bench here. Came along here, and that they have hardware store stuff, and this is mainly for farmers, of course.
Sure. Huh.
Not too bad. This is sort of amazes me how much work this must have been for them when you start figuring it out.
Oh, to maintain?
Not to maintain so much as to build. This was all dug out probably by hand in those days. Here you can see the old fieldstone part. There, where it ended here. And they had poured concrete. But then over here, you can see they braced it up some because, again, water was coming in. I forgot how this was laid out, I guess. Yeah, a fellow named Arlie Husson ran it as an antique store for a while.
Is there a cistern or a coal chute over here? Coal chute or a cistern in there?
No. I was growing weed in there, as a matter of fact. What did they have in there? No, that wasn't the room. I built that for that.
All right.
Yeah, what was this? This was a shuffleboard, I think, or something. I forget what it was, but
You got something from the EAA there?
yeah, it's one of the it followed me home.
You don't know what year this building dates to, do you? I'll have to.
I wouldn't. I could look at the papers, but I think it's going to end up, generally after the Civil War. Because this was a stagecoach stop between Fond du Lac and Milwaukee. See, this was here probably before any other building here.
Did you say there were some horseshoes?
Oh, there were horseshoes around here, yeah. And there was an older barn. How was that set up? Actually, it was set up where that yard is now. Actually. But anyhow, there was more going on on the corner here than there is now. Here's one of the old wood burning stoves. That's the top end, and then there's the bottom grate sitting over there. That one was left in here. That's for a hot water heater. That's exactly what it is. Every once in a while, and not lately in recent years, I thought maybe it'd be an idea to put together, you know, an antique display or something like that. It'll be a lot of work. But, you know, anybody wants to try it. It was a hot water heater, I guess. A fire down there, and then where the heck is the rest of the thing? The pot that sits up there. Well, it's been a long time since I contemplated it for a while. And yeah, there it is. A hot water heater. Oh yeah. Well, I see. You can tell this place was dug out. You can imagine what fun that was. I was a sailor for many years, so I like a lot of headroom and room.
Yeah, yeah. What, did you enlist or were you drafted?
Well, I wasn't drafted. I joined the Navy, and I was in the Navy for a while. And I got out after for a while, and work went to hell around here. And the Navy had a civilian branch, ran you know, ammunition ships, other stuff that not combat vessels. So I went out as a merchant mariner.
What year was that?
Oh, Christ. During Vietnam.
How old were you?
26, 7.
How old?
26, 7, something I think.
Where did you go for your basic?
Well, Great Lakes. I was in the reserves. I joined the reserves, and you didn't get the same basic. You got a little truncated one, maybe 4 weeks instead of the 6 or something like that. But you have meetings in Milwaukee every month. You have a and then, of course, when you went in, the good thing about it is you were set up a little bit so you know what you were getting into. And I got into the electrician, which worked out great for me.
That's a good picture.
Well, in fact, that one there is the airplane I owned, the Piper Tri-Pacer, coming into Hartford.
Neat. All right.
And that's the airplane up there, as a matter of fact.
How young were you when you learned how to fly?
Oh, I was along. I was in my 30s or 40s. I had to pay for it. It sounds inexpensive now, but it was, you know, then it was pretty much expensive. But I bought this airplane, and I spent a lot of money on it, and it finally ended up had to sell it, so it's out there still going. And that's my ultralight. Did
you fly that around here?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's fun. That one's fun. And of course the Sportster and the Harley Davidson. And if you really want to ride, come with me, we'll go out to the airport and I'll give you a ride in that.
What year is that?
75.
And it's a 75
Cadillac Eldorado convertible. Probably the most wasteful car ever made.